All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Green White Checker TV. Tonight we have in store for you tonight's 75 laps here at Talladega Superspeedway. Right now, drivers putting down their qualifying laps to begin this event. And so I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be race number 6. I'm going to pull up our schedule just to verify. And yes, race number 6, which means after tonight, we've got 2 weeks to go until we start our 4-race playoff. So every point's going to matter. Top 12 will be the drivers taken into that playoff. Everybody resets to 0. And from then on, it's pretty much just an outright race to see who does the best over those 4 races. So it should be a lot of fun to see. And I'm definitely looking forward to that. So you gotta say hi to Caitlin and Mama Groover. Hope you both are doing well. Hope everybody watching had a very happy and safe 4th of July. So hope everybody's doing well. And say, unfortunately, I do have to give a little bit of not the best of news. So giving our thoughts and prayers and well wishes to Gabe and family. His wife's unfortunately in the hospital. Just unfortunately COVID and pneumonia and stuff like that she's going through. And so he's there with her tonight, obviously, and we'll be there, I'm sure, plenty. So not here and probably until she gets back home. So Jeannie, giving you all of our love, wishing you the best, and hope to see you back up in full strength very, very soon. And I mean, again, all the drivers, I'm sure most of you as well, everybody knows Gabe and just what he means to the league. And you kind of get to know and love all the drivers and their families and stuff. So, Caitlin, talk to Ryan. Sounds like things are going pretty well, though. Everybody home, so very, very happy to hear that for you guys as well. All right, so with that, though, we'll get into our racing side of things. And so rules, same as always here tonight. 75 laps are scheduled distance. There are the potentials, though, of 3 green-white checkers if we get a caution before the white flag flies. Of course, no passing below that yellow line on the inside line, and as well 1 fast repair available for the drivers. So those will be the key things to watch out for. And it looks like a pretty good truck count here tonight, just over a little bit over 20, it looks like. So some returning faces as well. We got the 16 truck back on track. Nate Warren, so nice to have him back. And we still got the I think the 09, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Freed Ayuso, he is there tonight. I don't see the 07 yet. We'll double check on that. So be a lot of fun to see how things go here tonight, like I said, and some drivers going to probably start thinking about the points battle, because we're getting just about to that time. So we're going to pull up the points right now. So I'm going to look at it, and then I'm going to start sharing those over the course of the next races. And looking at that number 12 cutoff spot, it is pretty tight right now. It's right now Seth Groover in that number 12 spot, and he has a 4-point advantage over 13th. However, this does not account for any drop weeks as of yet. So all the drivers do get 1 drop week over the first 8 races. So basically kind of gives them a mulligan for their a bad race, hopefully not more than one, or of course missing a race due to real life or vacations and things of that nature. So so we'll see how everything goes tonight. And I'll say we're just about finishing up qualifying as we speak. And then we'll be pulling in my partner in crime here shortly. That will be Mr. Matt Wagner.
I'm here.
He knew he was ready. He was waiting for his cue, and I say he's here and he's ready to party here tonight. So, Matt, we're at Talladega. I feel like for me, this is one of my preferred super speedway tracks, just because you've got the space and the room, and I don't know. I just feel like this one, I feel the most comfortable at.
I feel more comfortable here than Atlanta, really. Even though I do like Atlanta, of course you get the 3 lanes. There's, the probable 4 wide. It can be done. There is plenty of space to do that. So 3 wide, you probably see that here more often than usual. Better than Daytona and things of that nature. I think qualifying is ended, Gaio.
It has, yep. It's just finished up right now, and so we'll pull up those starting positions for tonight. First, we got to hide some of the info that we don't need anymore. Now we'll show the starting info, and it will be Dude Conrad on pole by 0.02 of a second over Vicente Guerrero. Dean Wilkinson 0.03 off. Then you got Adam Kilday, Rick Sanchez, Bud Steele, Mike Rimkus, Tom Dixon, Ryan Decker, Ambrose Kniebel, our top 10. And then continuing down the order, then you got Eric Laurie and Nate Warren, who we just mentioned. Corey Buskirk, Jeremy Osborne, Frank Ranger Jr., Nathan Warner, Farid Ayuso, Kevin Freeze, the first of those not to qualify. Then you got Patrick Groover there, Jim Brooks, Seth Groover, and Brandon Briggs will be our 22 starters for tonight. So everybody's starting to get gridded up here. You can see everybody just about to get lined up. And yeah, and actually, it's a really good point as well, Bill. I'm glad you mentioned that as well. As yeah, there's some really serious weather as well coming out to Texas, obviously from that hurricane. So yeah, everybody in the path of that, definitely stay safe. And I mean, if they've already told you to evacuate, hopefully you're watching from somewhere that's a safer place to be. And same thing, yeah, just hoping you all stay safe and take care. And but yeah, Matt, field's starting to roll off, and yeah, hopefully maybe tonight a little distraction from real life for the viewers and the drivers, and because there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and also everybody just stuck in all this crazy heat that we've got pretty much throughout the U.S.
Wish they could share some of that damn Texas rain that's coming. I mean, I know it's been dry where you're at, but here it's scarce right now this time of year.
Yeah, it's I would say this is, yeah, in Arizona, it's definitely our monsoon season, but right now we've just got the heat. We haven't had the rain to come from it. And I'd say the weather's been everywhere. I mean, a good friend of mine in Minnesota, he's had just crazy flooding out in his area. And of course, yeah, and then, yeah, and so then, of course, the hurricane heading towards Texas. So, yeah, so Belvin and all the family of Rick, I say, definitely said, stay safe and definitely try to do all you can to just I say be prepared as best you can. So unfortunately for me, clueless on any of that stuff, because not something that we don't get that really out here in Arizona. We just get the really bad heat. All right, Matt. So after tonight, there's 2 races to go before the playoff cutoff. That's also going to mean drop weeks are going to start coming into play. Do you think we see any points racing from drivers tonight saying, oh, you know what, I'm near the cutoff, I got to be smart here now all the way through the end? There's no win and get in, so there's no like Hail Mary attempts to try to get the win no matter what. I mean, of course, everybody's going to want to win, but I mean, what do you think? What's the strategy here for some of these guys?
Well, for some of these drivers who are really up top of the standings, like I never did take a look and see who was top of the standings. If I was like, well, if you're Gabe Butler, you got your stuff going on, but I really would worry about him. If you're stuff like Rick Sanchez, I would be a little bit more cautious. Corey Buskirk, but meanwhile, we're going green.
Yep, Flagman is waving that flag, and we are down and away. 75 laps as we kick off right here, as everybody starts to build speed. And again, this is definitely a track you can comfortably go 3 wide here, but it's going to probably take a lap or so just to build that speed up, get the momentum built up, and then we'll see these guys start to make those moves. But right now, I think everybody's going to be kind of just content here. A little connectivity issue. I think that was maybe Mike Rimkus there kind of disappearing for a split second. So that's, again, one of those things you have to keep an eye on. Look at the 5 immediately jumping to the top there. He's going to hop up with the 14 and the 85. We've talked about before the 5 and the 85. They do work together there. We've seen them kind of working together on the Discord side of things, and we've seen it be a very successful partnership between those two. So definitely going to be one to keep an eye on here.
Now I got the Stanks up here. Oh, that's really surprised to see who's number 1 there. If I was a Corey Buskirk, I would go for broke. You're top of the standings. You're leading the points. It's time to go. It's time to make some moves.
He has been very consistent. I remember I was looking at the stats, and I want to say he's got, the most top 5s of any of the drivers so far this season. He's put himself in those positions come to the end of the race, and that's what we've talked about, Matt, is you keep putting yourself in those positions to have a chance to win these things, and eventually you'll get that right break and things will turn your way. And I think that's exactly it for Corey. He's been putting himself in that spot. Just needs to find the right place at the right time to make it happen.
Every race he's been in the top 10. Every race. So he leads the series with 3 top 5 finishes. And William Bogart, yep, he's sitting there in 2nd spot. Yeah, I would not if I was them too. You got nothing to lose. You got plenty of points, but don't risk it too much. You never know. This is Talladega. Anything can happen. But meanwhile, these guys, I don't see really any three wide action here going on so far here, there, Gaio.
Yeah, so far pretty calm. I do want to say with this truck and track combo, even with the new build, I want to say it actually will likely be a 4-stop race. I don't think they have quite the numbers to make it on a 3-stopper, like we see on the Xfinity side of things on Thursday nights. So, yeah, that's gonna be the other thing to keep an eye on to see. And yeah, right now though, it's like I said, not too much of jumping around right now. Like I said, a lot of positions are kind of +2, +1. No big movers yet. But they're listening, Matt. The brothers were listening.
Oh god, they must be listening to my the broadcast.
So now this is where Mama Groover gets nervous, because they'll say this is where they start to try to hustle it. And that said, though, like I said, if there's a track you can push the third lane without too much dramas, this is it. But the problem is right now they're 2 against everybody, and so they have to work harder, which means they're going to get hotter. And so they just got to kind of be very smart about managing those temperatures as they start to get real close to that 411 of Tom Dixon. But they are making a charge here to the about halfway through the main pack right now, just outside the top 10, actually just inside the top 10 already. So they decide, you know what, we're done, Ryan. Let's go for it here.
Oh, don't worry. There'll be drivers maybe popping out in front of them, or there might be drivers maybe going with them.
I expected somebody to go with, but so far, everybody's kind of just mellow right now.
Becker? Yep, there he goes.
Ryan decided he's going to go. And oh, man, look at, couple moves there. The 8 was trying to follow the 14 up, I think, but was not clear. He had to drop back down there. That was very close. Now the 85 is going to drop down.
Nice move.
He saw the momentum shift. He had to take it, and now we go 3x3 for the front 3 rows here. So there's, even though we got the room to do it, these guys are starting to get a little wiggly. And you can see there's the reaction as well, as wondering who's going to say, okay, these guys may be a little sketchy. That's Ambrose Kniebel there in the 04. He's like, let me give myself a little bit of breathing room here. And that's exactly what I'd be doing as well, because right now these guys have gotten to already being pretty dicey, as both those front 2 trucks on the inside line just pushing for all they are worth.
I think they about given up. I think that third line just died off, but there was they're getting some help more. They're trying to get some help there. Look at Dean Wilkinson.
Yeah.
He's dropping back to the back. He said, you know what?
I've seen enough.
I don't blame him.
But this is a track, though. So the main thing is for him, he's got to make sure he doesn't lose the draft. He's going to want to try to tag onto the back of the 51 of Jim Brooks. And he's already a little further back than I'd like him to be, especially with no help. But the hope is that, there's the inside line, Matt, as say, again, it's a shorter distance, but there's always that bigger kind of checkup and kind of ebb and flow, if you will. And so sometimes they pick it up, sometimes they'll have to have a big checkup. As I saw a little bit of a moment there, a couple trucks bouncing, or not bouncing around, but kind of jumping around positions. But yeah, right now though, now it just finally turned the right way, and now Dean's starting to close that gap back on the 51. And I almost ran into 17 and 51. Maybe they dropped it back a little bit to maybe just try to grab him a tiny bit, but yeah, I think Dean's going to be in a safer position now. He's half a second still off, so not in a great position. And it's another thing too, is this is now, Matt, where you have no help. You're burning a little bit more fuel because you're just foot to the floor, just like, I got to get back to these guys. So there's no pedaling it for him. And right now he's kind of stuck at that half-second mark right now on the field.
Oh, God, that kind of worries me a little bit. No, I think it's going the right direction now.
Now, slowly but surely. I say we'll watch the lap times right now. Leaders, Adam Kilday, he ran a 49.58. Dean a 49.31, so over 2/10 quicker. And now Dean's back in business. And I'll say that little bit of sweat he had, he's gonna take a little breath, like, okay, we're good.
And that's the risk you take for dropping to the back, because you never know if a guy is gonna let you in up or not. And you could very well, as Dean Wilkinson just showed you, he can almost lose the draft.
And that's where the teammates come into play too, or just even just friends. It's like, hey, wait, I know Dean, I trust him, I like him. Let me roll back a little bit, pick him up to make sure we don't lose him. But then there's also it's still early, but there's the competitor side of things where it's like, hey, you know what?
We are 4 wide, guy, almost.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that 09 was trying to make some moves. He's now got to the outside lane here. And again, it's a little bit of that trial by fire. And he's been aggressive in these, but as well as ones where you don't know. Let's say you got to learn the drivers and kind of their tendencies, and and that just might be how he races. And I'll say, not saying there's a right or wrong way to race. And for me, I say I'm definitely one of the more timid style races where I really take it easy until I really get to know and get comfortable. And even once I do, I probably kind of just drive a lot easier. But yeah, right now though, these guys kind of settle back in, back to 2x2. We have definitely had some movers now though, like we talked about, Matt. Nate Warren in the 16, he is up 6 positions there. He's in that In-N-Out Burger truck. He is up 6 spots. We mentioned the 09. He is up 9 positions, as is Patrick Groover in the 54. Brandon Briggs up 9 as well. So we have had some movers and shakers with everything, and a few guys again playing a little bit safe. Dean dropping 19 spots back to 22nd. Ryan Decker dropping 10 spots back to about 18th, 19th. So yeah, so right now it's kind of that ebb and flow, like I said, of who wants to take the risks, who's like, okay, let's back it down a little bit and get ready for that first pit stop cycle, which probably a little bit about over halfway through the fuel run here. So they are gonna have to start thinking about that pretty soon.
For some reason, everybody's migrated to the second lane. I'm like, okay, it's kind of weird, but still 2x2. Look at the little bit connectivity issue about it. 79 there. Well, my end.
Yeah, no, and I think he has had a couple blinks, and that's one of those things that the admins will keep an eye on that. And sometimes if it gets bad enough, they'll say, hey, if we can get you to drop to the back of the field. And the other thing is that you have to figure out where you feel safer moving out of the way, because a lot of times if you have those connection issues, your car almost in the turns, or a truck in this case, it almost feels like the truck moves. If you're next to him, like it's like the truck moves out towards you without him actually moving out towards you. And so sometimes it's actually safer for that connection issue to actually be with the truck on the outside lane. So, and of course we've seen before too, where the draft just nose to tail and someone will get into the back of the other one, and it's just one of those unfortunate situations. So, but right now though, I'll say the 5 and the 14, the 85, they've been kind of the trio, I feel like, that have been doing the work early, kind of trading laps between them. Dude Conrad's been in that mix as well, of course. And now, though, I'm starting to see that 6071, Bud Steele, Eric Laurie, they're starting to pick up the pace a little bit. But as soon as I say that, Vicente saw the momentum shift. He jumped right to the top out of 2. He wants to get that push out of turn 2 down the back. And that's what I've been noticing right now, is that seems to be the thing right now, is these guys a lot more now are very aware of what's happening around them. Oh, we got trouble in the back, actually. Mike Rimkus, Nate Warren. Not sure what happened for these two. I think they were far enough back. Let's go backward. Take another. Oh my goodness! You already see
Nate Warren's up there.
Or sorry, Nathan Warner. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
And we're gonna take one more look, because it did not bring out a caution because they were off the racing surface by the time this all occurred. But watch the 79 and watch the 37, and 37 just abruptly.
We got
now we got
now.
a wreck. Yeah, so we'll go check that out. But here's the 37, 79. Watch the 79 truck.
Oh my
Pretty
God,
much a blowover for him. And then you see a 37. Big hit to the inside wall, actually. And yeah, actually, Mike goes completely over here. And then, yeah, you're right, though, Matt, because it looks like up front, Bud Steele involved in one of the incidents as well. So we'll have to go check on that one here in just a moment. So that's happened to those guys. So now we're going to go back up front, and we're going to focus on the 6 truck initially and see if we can find where this all occurred. Right up front, it looks like.
Want to focus on the 071 truck.
All right, so we'll pick up Eric Laurie here. Again, not 100% sure where it's going to kick off, but we'll get a good view of it, of course. So there's Eric. I want to say they were in turn 1 when it happened, if I'm not mistaken. So like I said, we saw the previous incident, and so then this is while we were going back and looking to actually see the movement here. So let's focus over onto Eric, and then let's get a better angle, because look where Eric is, Matt. Look where Bud Steele is. I mean, pausing here, you already see there's gonna be some people going for the same real estate, and right there, right front to left rear, and then right across the nose of Tom Dixon. And actually, these guys get through fairly safely, but unfortunately, at the point of the spin, there's nothing these guys can do here. You see the 41, Jeremy Osborne. The 998 we just talked about earlier hit this points lead. He gets a big piece. Ryan Decker, not too bad of a hit. Jim Brooks going to try to squeeze the gap. Oh, a little bit of net code, but also contact with him. So yeah, so a number of trucks involved in this one, Matt. So we'll yeah, so we can see the 998 as the slide
Oh,
happened. Oh, just catches the tail of Mike
mm.
Grimkiss. Or sorry, Frank Ranger Jr. Apologies. Grabs the gear and keeps going. But so yeah, so we're gonna jump back live because everybody's on pit road as we speak. Rick's gonna lead the field here onto pit road.
It almost looked like though Setting was indecisive, going straight down to the bottom and changed his mind, came back in and kind of hooked Bud. Wasn't intentional, but it's just I guess a ill-timed move.
Yeah, it's one of those tough situations, maybe fighting for the same real estate. It looks like the 5 and the 85 going to win that race off of pit road. Dude Conrad going to come out right behind them. Nate Warren looks like out fourth. So what we'll do is we're going to keep an eye on these guys real quick. But yeah, we'll step away for a second. We'll pull up our first commercial, courtesy of a certain Caitlin Decker, and we'll be right back.
At Scentsy, we love fragrance, how it makes us feel, how it connects us to our deepest memories, how sharing those memories connects us with each other.
And as it turns out, there's a lot of people who feel the same way and share Scentsy's core values of simplicity, authenticity, and generosity. Our beautiful campus in Meridian, Idaho welcomes employees, consultants, and the community year-round.
That's why we've grown from selling just warmers and wax to selling a complete line of products, so you can fill your life with fragrance no matter where your day takes you.
Whether it's fun partnerships with beloved brands, innovative, high-performing cleaning products, laundry care that smells as good as it works, or personal care products to create your signature scent, Scentsy products are made to share.
Maybe that's why our culture has always felt like family. We call it Scentsy Spirit. It's a feeling of love, acceptance, generosity, and community that we share freely with everyone we meet. And we welcome you to experience it yourself. Like it? Buy the product. Love it? Host a get-together with your friends. Want more? Start your own Scentsy business. You can earn amazing trips around the world and rewards. You can work your business whenever and wherever you want, giving you more time for the things and people that matter most. Ask your Scentsy consultant for more info.
All right, we are back, and like we kind of expected, some very lengthy pit stops. Seth Groover about a minute 23 on pit road. Patrick Groover a minute 37. Corey Buskirk is back on pit road, but he had a lengthy stop as well. Frank Ranger Jr. about 54 seconds on pit road. So some really lengthy stops. Some drivers possibly using fast repairs there as well. But I think right now, unfortunately, with the way that stuff fell, you see the 17 here, Frank Ranger Jr. He is trapped a lap down, as is Nathan Warner. Again, those are the two that were in that. Or no, actually, I'm sorry. Nathan was in the first wreck. Frank was in the second wreck. So yeah. So unfortunately, those two trapped a lap down at the moment. But again, still plenty of time left to go in this one. Only lap 16 of 75. So yeah. So I don't think. I'm not sure if this puts us in any fuel strategy window at this point, Matt. I want to say it's probably still, no matter what, a 3-stop race to the end. But that said, my math's never been my strong suit. So what I do know, the 85 and the 5, they are going to control this restart. We know that they've been working together and doing a great job at that. So I'll have to keep an eye on them, and we'll see. Yeah, like I said, some of the other guys, Dude Conrad, Eric Lorry, can they get together? The one who hasn't shown his hand yet is that 25 of Kevin Freeze. I mean, we know at some point that silver Budweiser Chevy is going to make some motions, so we'll definitely have to keep an eye on him.
He's fuel saving.
He loves fuel saving.
I know.
However, we're going to get through the trial. We'll get back to that restart zone, and it will be the 85 that has control of this restart. And there is that Geico restart zone, as you see. And a lot of times these guys, Matt, they don't jump early. They basically wait until we go green because you don't want to get that big lead here. And you want to keep everybody tight right onto the back bumper. And saying that's exactly what we've got going on right here as these guys once again get back 2x2. Kevin Freese quick to the top, get behind his teammate Eric Laurie. Eric Laurie thought about the third lane. Now he's going to stay tucked in for the moment. We'll see if they can find Dude Conrad here at some point. But right now, like we said, back to 2x2. Looks like the whole field all back together. No dramas there. And I see one peeking out to that third lane. Not sure if that is dropping back or trying to make a move that didn't happen. And that is going to be the 04 of Amherst Kniebel. And yeah, it looks like he's going to fall back here from that. Maybe he's just trying to get into a pocket. Yeah, now goes straight to the bottom. So I'm going to see if we see a lot of drivers just laying way back. I'm going to be watching fuel. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what the strategy is going to be for these guys.
30, 50, 70. They're right on the cusp of making, was it 2 or 3 more stops here?
Yeah, I think if they could go about 20 per tank, they could 2-stop it. But I don't think these trucks have the mileage to run that 20-lap window. So I think it's going to be 2 and like a splash.
So what is the fuel range here, Kyle? So it'd be about 19?
I want to say it's like 18, 19 range. Yeah, 18 on the realistic side, 19 saving. Yeah, so that's a big move. Again, but these guys, again, they're in communication. They're probably on the Discord, the 85, telling the 5, hey, clear, come down, and they'll drop on down. But I am starting to see some separation right now, Matt. Mike Rimkus right now, he's a little bit further back than I think he would like to be because they're about a second back now of the 09. But again, they do have the 37 as kind of that ladder that we've talked about to kind of pull up to him to then kind of pull up to the main pack. So they should still be able to use them, but they do need to get organized here to have a chance to get back up there. Right now, Nathan is the current first truck a lap down, so he would be the wave around should a yellow come out and he not be involved. But right now up front, though, continues to be the 8 and the 85 and the 5 working together, the 16 working quick up top with the 071 and the 25. I'm saying these guys know each other very well from the OP Racing League, so very comfortable with one another over there as well.
Yeah, my teammates over at OP. It's really good bunch of guys over there.
Yeah, I got to hang out a little bit. Oh, big moves. Oh, my goodness. Unfortunately, there's your 4 wide. And say Ryan Decker got the worst out of that one. As say Kevin saw the momentum going. He wanted to try to take it. And as there's a little bit of disagreement there, I think, over some track positions. But I think Ryan, so you see Vicente there. He rolled out of it, let Ryan get right back in. So get him settled back in there. But yeah, so you talk about drivers watching that third lane form, the momentum happened. They decided, you know what, I'm going to try to take it. And yes, they didn't quite go to plan. So, but yeah, right, though, I had a chance to be able to run with Nate as well on Monday. And yeah, really, really good group of guys, really nice, nice guys and very talented drivers as well. As here we go, big pushes. Oh my goodness, that 40 was just pushing. I believe that was Patrick Groover. And he was getting, no, I'm sorry, it was Seth Groover. Seth was getting all sorts of squirrely there, and that 32 truck still getting all sorts of squirrely.
God,
we're on lap 21.
Come on, guys. You guys got like 50 to go.
Yeah, they're getting aggressive right now, which, like you said, it's like we're still real early, and man, they are still fighting tooth and nail. And right now, unfortunately, I said the 09, I said, this is that pack I'm a little nervous about here. Like I said, Bud Steele, Dean Wilkinson, they are going to work together to try to get back up there. And so you can see Dean completely latch on. They should be able to clear the 09. They do. So now they're going to try to tag on to that closest truck in front, which right now is the 04 of Ambrose Kniebel. And a little connection hiccup for Seth Groover there. And I don't think he's coming back yet.
We disappeared.
And that's always a terrifying situation because you don't know when and where he's going to pop back up. Yeah, you see, and then Seth made the right call there. As soon as he had the connection issue, he went all the way to the top of the third lane. And then the other part is when they disappear, I think the way iRacing works is they don't really have the draft anymore. And so that actually slows him down as well. So, yeah, very, very interesting how this all kind of can play out. But yeah, it looks like, honestly, that might be a good thing. So it's going to let these guys all work together. But as soon as I say that, again, this is where the newness maybe a little bit where the 09 probably need to stay in line there with Dean Wilkinson to let them kind of make that push happen. but I think they finally got the numbers and the momentum to get right back up there. So should have 18 of the trucks on the lead lap in this pack, but we do unfortunately have a couple trucks off the back, including our points leader entering tonight, the 998, the 79, and the 17. So right now, there are about a second a lap slower, Matt. Just again, only 3 trucks versus the whole 18 truck pack here. So yeah, so they're going to need a little bit of help, unfortunately.
Oh boy.
And now Dean Wilkinson, Matt, once again, he's starting to drop a little bit too far off the back for my comfort here. He's about 6/10 off. So we'll see. It looks like he's starting to come back the right way once more, but I don't like that keep happening to him because, again, like, it's just, if you don't have the help, it gets a little edgy there. So, but right now, though, Nate Warren has the lead for the moment. Eric Laurie's got the push at the line. Will take the lead that lap with the help from Kevin Fries. Patrick Groover now in that mix as well. Ryan Decker's recovered from all of his chaos there. He's now back in the 4th car in the outside lane as well here. So yeah, so right now everybody's, again, kind of still settled in. I feel like a little bit 2x2. Again, pit stops were under about lap 14 here, 15 for those that maybe topped off on the one to goes. The 071.25 kind of synchronized clearing there. Both get to the bottom here in front of the in front of the 16 as we continue on our way here, about to come around to lap 25.
Are these guys going to calm down?
I don't think so. I don't see it happening. It's one of those things where I don't know if it's. We always kind of laugh if it's a full moon or things like that, because there's just certain nights where they just get a little ramped up. However, Patrick's able to clear. He jumps to the inside line here. We get a good shot off the back there. Take a look at Eric Laurie. You got Ryan Decker to his outside. Vicente Guerrero right there as well. As now that Sensi truck going to try to get that big push here down the back with that 14. And again, we saw the 14 kind of give him some space early to get him back in position. And now they're lined up together and try to make some moves back forward. Oh, Brendan Briggs was thinking about it there, Matt. I was watching him. He was peeking to that 3rd lane, saw nobody was going with him, tucked right back in line in the 81 truck. He wants to go, but right now he's looking in that mirror and he's not seeing anybody peek out when he peeks out. So yeah, I think he's deciding, you know what, not worth it as of yet. But you can see all the flames coming out the exhaust as well. And when that happens, that means these drivers are having to lift because they have enough momentum where it's either pretty much run into the back of the truck in front of you or roll out of the throttle a little bit. And so if you're that 3rd, 4th truck in line, you got to roll out of it, because it's never a good option here to push that pusher. It's kind of the general rule of thumb, I feel like, with super speedway racing.
So Brandon has a decision to make. So if he jumps to the outside, those 3 may or may not come with him. But if you stay today right by Vicente Guerrero, you're going to help push that 2nd line more forward and possibly get Ryan Decker to lead here. So it's never a guarantee if those drivers behind you are going to go with you. Do you want to lose spots? That's the question.
Yeah, and it's still really early, but yeah, there's some decisions that need to be made. As very close there between the 81 and the 41 there.
He needs to either make a decision of holding his line or run to the 3rd lane. But
yeah, because if you drift off the bottom like that, Matt, you're right. I mean, it's just going to open that temptation. Yeah, it's opening that temptation, and eventually, and there he goes. He's going to have to jump to the top there, because now the 41's definitely underneath him. Because, yeah, if you open that door, especially towards the closing stages of the race, that gap's going to get taken. So he's going to jump top.
25 almost turned 071 in front of the back there. That was awfully really close for the leaders.
And I was saying that's teammates working together. So, I mean, it just shows how picture perfect you have to be. Ryan Decker's actually rolling out of it, too, in the 48. He's dropping a little bit further back. Again, we talked about Eric Laurie's actually jumping to the top here as well. I'm wondering maybe that was the big check up on the middle lane there. Not sure if Eric's got something going on or not, but yeah, big stack up there. Good reactions by the guys not to get run each other over there, but yeah, some interesting things there just that last lap or so.
Oh, we get a spinner. That's a yellow.
Yeah, caution's out. Nathan Warner Jr. right now. Look at the quick hands of the 55-81. 81's going to come to a stop basically to avoid that. Really good heads up by him. So it looks like the 37 getting the worst of it there. And so I think, though, again, he was our lucky dog driver. However, he was involved in the incident. Look at this guy all the way back here. Was out of that draft. He should be the beneficiary of this one, so he should be able to jump all the way back up to the lead lap there, and be able to get back into the thick of this one. So, a bad break for his competitor, great break for Frank Ranger Jr. as caution comes out as we were heading towards the start of lap number 30.
Once again, that's a little bit of indecisiveness of like the last caution. The 37 looked like he was going to follow the 48. Instead, looks like the 37 he changed his mind, went down, and the 09 was there, and that was just.
Yeah, I mean, and the 09 was already right on the corner of like right going into the turn. He was already right on the bumper, so there's not a lot of wiggle room there. And so it looks like the 09-37 contact. Look how quick on the brakes the 32 Seth Grubers. I think Seth gets through this unscathed. And then, I mean, Dean Wilkinson and Brandon Briggs, I mean, these guys quick to react to this on the brakes. Like I said, it basically almost come to a stop here. And then the 81 able to sneak back around as well. So, really good heads-up driving by them to get through that unscathed. And so we'll jump back live here because pit stops are occurring. And again, suspect we'll see the 17. Yep, there he goes. He's going to wave around, get back on the lead lap. And these leaders going to make their pit stop here at lap number 29. Looks like the 16's going to win the race off pit road here. But Matt, what we're going to do this time around is we are going to pull up another commercial while we have a moment. Show off another of our wonderful sponsors. This time it's going to be Whiplash Simcams. They are the guys that we are giving us the angles here on the track and in the trucks. So we'll be right back. All right, lights are off of the pace car, and I will indeed give that number 10 of Jason Bogart crap for a little bit of a moment there between the 04 and the 14. Definitely give Jason a hard time for deciding to go to the beach instead of sim racing. His priorities are wrong there. So yeah, Dad, you'll have to chat with him and be like, hey, now we got to make some life decisions here about what's more important. But I hope you're having a good evening, sir. Hope you had a very happy and safe 4th of July. And yeah, say if your son ever said, hey, this is my favorite person to work with, if you got like a second favorite driver, let me know, and we'll definitely do some unshamed extra attention for those drivers. So but yeah, hope you're having a wonderful evening. We are on lap 31, about to cross and restart here on lap 32. Crunch some quick numbers, and right now, based on the numbers I'm seeing, there's definitely no question a one stopper to the end is out of the question. They would have to go 23 laps. That's not happening. However, a two stopper definitely can happen. It basically they'd be splitting it to about 15 laps per run, and that is in that window. So I think it might give a little bit of a window for how early or late they want to pit. So it could open up a little strategy. Do they want to jump in right away? Do they want to go ahead and run it all the way out to maybe shorten the final pit stop should we stay green? So definitely some strategies that we could see unfold here. So up front, though, it's going to be Nate Warren is the control truck in that number 16 in and out Ford F-150. Next to him, the 85 of Adam Kilday. Then you got the 5 of Rick Sanchez, Dude Conrad. So we'll see what these guys have for this restart here. All right, as they get to that restart zone, green flag is back out. And 16 and the 5 locked on nicely. 85 now getting a bump from the 8 as they start to build speed back up into turn number 1. Again, starting lap number 32 here. And like we mentioned, the 17 Frank Ranger Jr. back on the lead lap after that one. And also didn't even mention a lengthy pit stop for Seth Groover, about 54 seconds in the 32 truck. So not sure, but maybe a situation there where he went ahead and had some more damage to repair. Saw the 09 on the apron there for a moment. He's back up on track. So it looks like he's just maybe just trying to get in a position where he feels more comfortable. But right now, like I said, the whole field here has been able to get back into this main pack. And right now, the only truck one down is this truck right there, that 37 of Nathan Warner. And so if I'm Nathan here, just stay right where you are. Just stay in the drafts, save some fuel, and just if something happens around you, you have hopefully a lot of time to react to it and back the truck down and stay out of any trouble. So right now, though, the 5 truck back to the front now with help from the 14. And really, it seems like the 14 and the 5, they've worked very, very well together so far this evening. So we'll have to see if that comes into play potentially towards the latter half of this race. But also Jeremy Osborne, he's now right back into the thick of things here as well in that 41. So we saw, and he's got help behind as well with Ambrose Kniebel in the 04 truck. So a couple teammates there sitting right now 5th and 6th. And then you got a couple of the boot knockers behind there, the 8 and the 071. And we mentioned Tom Dixon a little earlier there as well. And also a good recovery for Corey Buskirk, again, caught up in that earlier incident. He's back in the mix here as well. So question mark, of course, is going to be
Fuel.
Fuel. Who has fast repairs left? You don't know. Obviously, you kind of try to make an educated guess based on how long pit stops were, based on their damage and all that kind of stuff. But you just never know. I feel like, Matt.
Yeah, I wish we had one of those tools we could find out.
That would be nice.
That would be nice. I got to talk to some of the higher ups.
Yeah, we got to get a phone call over to, I don't know who the main iRacing guy is anymore, but we'll have our people get in touch with their people and make some sweet broadcasting changes. Ambrose gonna try to catch it, still trying to catch it. Oh, what a save. I think he's got it here. Oh my goodness. I don't know how he hung onto the truck, but he did. Great job by Ambrose here. Now, though, what he's got to do is he's got to try to pedal here. If he can tag onto the back of the 37 and the 17, I think is going to be okay. They're going to have to work a little bit to get back up there because they're about 8/10 off. But if they can lock on together, they can make that gap back up. Same thing goes here for Corey Buskirk. He's about 7/10 off of Kevin Free. So right now we've got that little bit of the separation from that situation. Everybody reacting and just like, okay, we got to be careful. And so right now I think we'll have to see. But it looks like so far the second pack catching the first pack, no problem. I don't know if this second pack is catching the third pack, unfortunately. So unfortunately these 3 might lose this main pack here as they run. So they're already with 1.3 and going the wrong way. So again, still a long ways to go here. Still 2 more pit stops to go. But as they run right now, I'll say those guys are out of the draft.
Yeah, these guys better figure something real quick. And I think right now I'm looking at Corey Busker. They're all right. As I look further back, as you said, they're in deep trouble. Yeah,
no, these guys are good to go. They've got what they need here. We've got the 19 trucks on lead lap here all together. Unfortunately, 20th, 21st, and the 22nd place trucks. Yeah, and now that they're not lined up too, it's just going to unfortunately be even worse for them. So, yeah, right now though, this is where everything's happening right here, Matt. These guys all running 2x2. There's Seth Peak into the third lane. Nope, he's going to drop back in there. And also saw Kevin Freeze kind of, I think he's rolling to the back a little bit. Maybe just same thing, maybe just biding his time a little bit in the 25 truck. And I'll say he's been near some of the craziness, but luckily not involved in any of it, I don't think yet. So yeah. I think he's just kind of biding his time and waiting for the right time to kind of bring that aggression back out.
Hey, it's all about timing. I was worried about the 411 Tom Dixon and all that to Mike Ripkus lose the draft, but it looks like now they have got the draft. Now I see Kevin Freese has dropped back with them too.
Yeah, so no, Kevin's dropped back to these guys, and yeah, they're all good to go here. I'm looking to see, as I was looking to see if he had any teammates back there. He definitely does not. So his help is up here right up front with the 8 and the 071. So a little surprised to see him that far off there, but yeah, right now though these guys just kind of a little further back. But again, I think there's strategy involved. It's like, hey, no need to go full tilt as of yet. Let's go ahead and kind of just wait. And the pit stops are really where you can kind of, I feel like, do the most damage.
Yeah, I agree. Because right now, if I feel, I'm sitting here looking at numbers, they, as you said before, of that last caution, they'll need another pit stop and possibly a splash. Just I'm looking at it correctly.
Yeah, I think right now it's actually going to be a 2 more stops to the end. I say basically about 15. If they can go 15 laps, ooh, big move by the 16 trying to get in front of the 8. 8's going to jump to the third lane. We're going to go 3 wide here. And now 4 wide here. No, the 32 is going to jump top.
Nope. They got it.
Couple of scary moments, but yeah, they got it squared away there. And was I saying that? No, they don't contact the 41, the 16. Oh, the 14's around as well. Yeah, 3 trucks down the inside wall. Caution is out. And man, it's just like we mentioned last time, the bad luck for those guys losing the draft. It's going to play out perfectly for them because they're far enough away from the incident. They're going to be okay. Nate Warner, he will get the waiver and get back on that lead lap here. So now let's go back here, though, and we'll take another look at this because, yeah, we saw it coming, and unfortunately, it seemed like those trucks just kind of, same thing, just kind of bouncing off each other, going for the same real estate here. So let me back it up a little further here. And we'll focus right around these guys. Like I said, it was right around the 16 truck. The 14 we saw involved as well. And it just seemed like they got a little off-centered here, so you can see the 41 drifts up a little bit there, almost has it caught, and then you get the wiggles, and then yeah, it just goes up, catches the 16 truck. And at that point, the 16 is just along for the ride, and then unfortunately, right across the path of the 14 of Vicente Guerrero, and I say Vicente checks up, but again, you have that accordion effect. The 998 gets into the back of him, and I'll say unfortunately, the 3 of them all gonna pretty much suffer the same fate here, visiting the inside wall. The 14 really hits it square on, and then the 14, the 16 kind of nose-to-nose contact with them. So, yeah, just unfortunate. As you can see, still all kind of getting back together and grabbing gear, get back going again. But, yeah, tough break.
Now, I looked at it a little bit further. It looked like the 41 is trying to straighten himself out. Gets a little bit tagged by the 14. And that's all she wrote. And he tagged his left rear of the Jeremy Osborne's left rear, and it was on.
Yeah, no, it's at that point, yeah, there's not much they could do about it. So that's going to bring the field back onto pit road. So once more, we're going to take advantage of the break here, grab another quick commercial break, give us a chance to take a breather, and we'll be back once more here on That One to Go. All right, lights are off the pace car. Matt, we had a lot of topper offers, which means fuel mileage.
No. Oh, can't be.
The Kevin Free special.
It can't be. They're on
Yeah,
one
so
lap. They're on
we're
lap what? 42 right now.
so we're going to restart this race with 33 laps to go. So they need to go at least 17 laps on one of these runs to be able to make it on one stop to the end, in my mind. If they can go 18, even better. So what I can tell you, though, is the fortunate, unfortunate with the incidents, we got all 22 trucks back on the lead lap here. So Jeremy Osborne, he's catching back up to the field. That truck's a little crumpled, I think, in the right rear, but he's going to be all right, I hope. I say, usually if the rear end is a little bit damaged, you're all right, but yeah, we'll have to see on that one. Yeah, I think Rick probably did definitely have the tail tucked behind there on that one. And actually, Mom, we're gonna have to get some answers here. So we got this paint scheme there, and so we'll try to get a better look of it. But I want to say Frank Zappa on the nose of, or the hood, I should say, of that truck. But yeah, so we're gonna have some answers here if we get a top 3 interview. But say maybe you know a little bit as well. So I'm very curious. But Matt, restart this thing, 33 to go. Like I said, probably one pit stop to the end. Ooh, a little bit of connection there by Tom Dixon. Hiccup. Everybody's back in business. But again, here, look at everybody jumping around here. 81 there, jumped to the outside pretty quick on the restart. I'll say I'm sure the admins will probably chime in on that one, trying to keep drivers in their lane until a start-finish line. But yeah, so now it's just, again, it's that game plan strategy. Do you push? Do you save? And yeah, and I think at this point, there's really no strategy other than try to take this thing as far as you can on field, but it's not going to be an issue because we got contact trucks around caution back out. Look like the 411 there and the 09 involved. Oh, Vicente, big shot there too as he was getting back up to speed. Unfortunately, a big hit for him. And that's going to be the 411 back getting going again. 14 does grab a gear. He's back going again. So the bad news for the fuel mileage now, I guess good news because fuel mileage should now be out of the question. But man, big hits there. Oh, the 17 also missed that one. I think Frank Ranger got a piece. Let's go back and take a look. I'm honestly a little thrown off with what happened on this one because we were just building up speed. So we'll focus first on the 09. We'll try to take a look where else we see the rest of it. And it almost looks like maybe just big momentum difference as everybody's building up speed. So we're going to focus on the 09. You see the 04 right behind him, already kind of on his right rear there. And then he tries to cut down behind, I think, just catches him. That sends the 411 around. And then somewhere in this mix, we'll then see the 17, it looks like, get a piece. There's a 17 truck. And these guys up top, I mean, all they see is smoke right now, Matt. You see the 16, he's trying to find his way around. And, oh, the 37 you see right there, he gets in the back of the 17. And that sends the 17 down into the infield wall. And then for Vicente, I'm just wondering, yeah, I mean, look, he's just, all he sees is smoke, Matt. And just big hit to the 09 truck there. And I mean, you could see from that camera angle, I mean, all Vicente sees is smoke on that one. And so you're just hoping by the time you get there that it's cleared. And yeah, so just a tough break.
You smoke. Yeah, you see smoke and like, what's your first reaction? You're going to hit the brakes. I mean,
and then hope it's clear.
Yeah, and hope you don't get hit from behind. You got to prepare. That's it.
But yeah, so what that's going to do, though, Matt, it's going to bring the whole field right back on the pit road because now let's get this thing out of fuel mileage worries. Now these guys know they can make it to the end on one stop from here. No worry about saving fuel. We did have 2 stay out. That's the 04 and the 37 trucks. So they're going to stay out, lead a lap. Well, the 04 will lead a lap here. Curious to see if they jump back in or not, though, coming to the one to go or not. But Adam's going to lead that whole field on the pit road. So, again, quick yellow here. So we'll take one more advantage of this one. And this time, we're going to pull up a different supporter. And that is going to be our 4D Racewear. If you want some awesome gloves or awesome racing shoes, definitely check them out at 4dracewear.com. So we'll be right back.
40 Racewear, makers of the ultimate sim racing shoes and custom apparel designed for sim racing by sim racers. 40 racing shoes are engineered to connect racers to the pedals in a way no other racing shoe can, all the while giving you the comfort needed to complete those double and triple stints. Visit 40racewear.com and check out the latest sim racing products that let you connect to your sim.
All right, we are back. We were at 30 to go here. We're going to restart with 29 to go. Matt, fuel is out of the question now. These guys should have no problems making it to the scheduled distance. However, there's a reason why this channel is named Green White Checker TV, and that is because in this Super Speedway series, we have 3 attempts of that Green White Checkered.
Don't start.
They can make it to lap 75, but can they make it to lap 81? So I mean, again, yeah, the goal and the hope is we want this thing to race out clean and green, 1 pit stop to the end. We want these guys to kind of have some good but hard racing. And, oh, Matt, I'm already looking at that 37 truck. I just got a good view of it there as he was going by. That nose is center punched. He is not going to be a good lead truck here, Matt. So a little worried about the 37 of Nathan Warner. You mentioned you're spying on the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. He did not use his fast car if he has one. That front end is pretty rough as well. So
that's worse than Nathan Warner's.
Oh yeah, no. So we're gonna have some wounded trucks here, and again though, fuel mileage out of the question. The 2 that stayed out, so they last pit on lap 40. Kevin Freeze, Jim Brooks, lap 44, and then everybody from Rick Sanchez on back went ahead and topped off here on that 1 to go. So they might have 3, maybe 4/10 of a gallon more, depends on how good of saving that they're at. So it's a very minimal amount, but with these guys, every little bit counts. So what we do, though, have now here, Matt, is a very long single file restart, other than the front 2 rows. And then Rick, the first of those that was able to kind of lead on that restart. So, yeah, we're going to have to wait and see on this restart. The 04 is the control truck, and saying he doesn't have any teammates, though, right now with him. You see everybody starting to stack up, get tight to each other, getting antsy for the restart. And we are back down and away. It's going to be Ambrose Knievel leading the way here to start. 29 to go here at the line. And again, I'm going to be watching that 37 trucks. I'm wondering at what point does Kevin say, this guy just doesn't have the speed, because he doesn't see the damage in the front of that truck. He's only behind him. So that's where a live spotter could actually come into play. But we've also been proven wrong before. I vividly remembered an Eric Laurie podium finish with the whole front clip of that truck missing. So
that was before the update.
That's true. That is true.
So right now, like I said, with this new iRacing update, any kind of damage you have on your truck, it don't matter what. If you just even if you got the whole truck repaired, it's still not going to be 100%. Even if you have 10-15 second damage, you're still going to be a little bit off the pace.
Big push.
You're not.
Sorry, the 04 gave a bump to 37. That 37, say no pun intended there, got very squirrely. as a 998. So we got 3 of them now locked on together on the inside lane. However, you got the boot knockers now, Matt. They have locked on the top 3 spots here. They've gotten together. They've gotten to the inside line. They've got 3 of the squirrels now locked on behind them as well. And so, yeah, here comes the 16. He's going to jump in line there in front of Jim Brooks. That's going to leave now the outside line to the 81 of Brandon Briggs, the 5, the 85. And I could see this line working well. I would watch Nate Warren. I think when Nate sees a momentum shift here, I suspect we might see him make the jump to the top and try to lead this outside lane. But we've seen them try it before, and then once they try to make that move, those trucks will actually jump 1 lane higher to the 3rd lane. So one thing to mention, though, is we do have a handful of trucks, unfortunately, off of the draft. That includes this 09 right here. That truck, you can also see some scuffs on the side of it, so still some lingering damage there. The 41, the 14 as well, and then the 17 of Frank Ranger Jr. as well, kind of off on his own. So, and with all that's happened, Matt, I think we're now down to 21 lead lap trucks, with Frank Ranger Jr. being, now 3 laps down, unfortunately. So that outside line's starting to build, man, little by little. 81's been creeping up there. So you see he's gotten up to the 071, now just about to the 8 and the 25. But you have to wonder how hot is that 5 truck getting. You see he's going to tuck out a line here. Oh, the 85's going to jump to the 3rd lane there. Wasn't sure. And so at that point, he just said, you know what? It's not worth the gamble. I don't want to cut in front of him and risk having a wreck. So he jumps out because that 5 was probably getting pretty boiling hot from all the pushing. So they're going to get settled back in here and continue on as next time by we'll be at 25 to go. So pretty much a third of the race distance left to go after this lap. And again, right now it's pretty much as it runs, the top 18 trucks here have a chance to win this race. And obviously, unfortunately for Brandon, he went from battling for the lead to falling all the way back to the end of the last truck in that lead lap. So, but you can see actually those front 3 trucks, while we looked at that, all cleared the 25, the 8, and the 071. So great job by those 3 working together. And Kevin Freeze is thinking, nope, I'm going to go back up top here. I want to get back to it.
Well, the real question is, when do you want to pick, Io?
I think you still got to pretty much, maybe not quite run out, but I think you pretty much got to run this thing out. I mean, I think the safe window to the end is probably about 15 to go. So these guys can probably pit about 10 more laps and they can make it. Looking at the fuel numbers, or pit stop numbers, I should say, pitting at 44, 45. So I think they could go as far as maybe 12 to go, possibly. But I think for me, safely, a window opens with about 15 to go. But I don't know. I don't think there's enough trucks with big enough numbers to maybe really kind of take that gambles. I feel like 3 is the minimum you need. 4 is the ideal, right, to try to do an off-strategy pit stop. So, I kind of feel like these guys are probably just going to run this thing out and then have the chance and the opportunity to kind of take the bare minimum of fuel on their final stop, should we go green for the full cycle.
So I know when I made my pit stop.
Back.
Okay, so I know when I made my pit stop, if like a certain group where anything would drop to the back, like, remember Gabe dropped to the back and everybody is kind of cruising along, like what Kevin's doing now. But if it was like in that window right now, I would be pitting because you're going to catch Kevin off guard.
If you have your team lined up, which of the drivers that could try to pull a bit of a sneaky move, right now it'd be the Roswell guys. You got Jim Brooks, you got Bud Steele, you got Ryan Decker. They're all together. I'm not sure if they have anybody else with them or not this evening, but again, that's the 3 of them. They would need a perfect in and out for all 3 to make sure they all stay locked on together, because if they lose just one of them, or if they have to spend maybe a lap to get themselves reorganized, any potential gains that you could have had, you're going to completely lose. And that's why I think that 4th truck is crucial for this success. And again, I mean, there's some guys that they could definitely work with. Like, I don't know if Seth and Patrick have any official teammates or anything like that. So I'm not sure. I know the 16 and Nate Warren has somebody he's working with. Not sure if it's on the boot knocker side or if it's with the 5 and the 85. So yeah, so I'll have to kind of keep an eye on that. And yeah, so say, yeah, again, I'm not, yeah, I'd like to know. Yeah, okay, actually, I see a Frank Zappa thing on the rear deck lid there. So yes, I think this is a Frank Zappa, apologies, themed truck for Rick here tonight.
They're making a lap on Frank Ranger Jr. up there.
Yeah, I think that's just unfortunately making a bad day worse, dropping 4 laps down now as they run.
Yeah.
And you see, there goes the 54 of Patrick River. He jumps in front of Tom Dixon. Great timing, because look at the momentum he got doing that almost zero just delay. Jumped up top and the momentum shifted, and he's getting a great shove here down the front stretch here as they enter turn 1. He's going to have just a nose behind entering turn number 1. But I say if they can stay locked on nicely together, we usually see a big momentum shift out of 2.
Man, I'm just looking to see where Kevin was compared to all of his teammates. I think he's the only one up.
He's up top.
Yeah, he's the only one up top there.
But I'd say the Groovers are split up now as well, and
About the 85 and the 5. I think they're really close to each other too.
they are, yeah, they're right on top of each other on the inside line, so they're good to be able to work together. But again, that's just the 2 of them. They're gonna need a third, if not 4th truck.
Hey, should have called me.
Yeah, I say, well, I'd have
I'm
been
here.
like, hey, I need help in the booth, but no, and then like I said, and then yeah, just a tiny bit further back, the 51.6 and the 80, the 48, sorry, those guys all together. Actually, the one I feel like I'm missing a truck here tonight. Oh, we're missing the 28 truck. I knew there was somebody that I was looking for that's usually with them.
Nick
and
Wing.
I haven't seen.
Nick Wing.
Yeah, it's Nick Wing that we're missing tonight. Because he would be working with the Roswell guys, and so he could have been that crucial 4th driver. So, but yeah, so no, right now it'll be interesting to see the strategy. Like I said, we still got a little bit of time before that window opens, because right now we're gonna.
It's gonna open right after this lap, I think.
I don't know. I think it's 17 to go. To me, it's probably the max you want to do, but right now there's a lot of kind of bobbing and weaving. There's a lot of side to side action that I'm not feeling the most comfortable with. I also don't know Dean Wilkinson. I mean, I feel like he may not have a formal TW teammate working with tonight, so I could easily see him working with the Roswell group, because he knows those guys for years. He, Bud Steele, Jim Brooks, I mean, they've been racing together for a number of years now. So even if they're not formally on the same team, it's almost the affiliate, if you will, team. And so yeah, so that could, again, Dean could be the important 4th truck for these guys. So. As in that's we've talked about day in, day out. We've talked about with Gabe Butler. I mean, he's probably one of the most humble super speedway racers we know, and probably just racers we know, where he'll say like he's nothing without his teammates, even though we know he's a ridiculously talented sim racer. But he knows as well, though, that he's got to have a trustworthy team behind him. And sorry, but Kevin Freese, he made a hole. I feel like I don't know how he got in between the 071 and the 998 here, but stuff is starting to happen here. Drivers starting to shift around here. The 8's on the inside, the 071's on the inside, Matt. The 25's now got to the bottom. So you've talked about it. You feel like they might be the first ones to blink, then we'll see the reaction to it. Now that they're all together, do we think they drop? I think they go at least one more lap here, but we'll see.
They may go here. Nope.
Nope, Tigers, yeah. Okay, but I think, like I said, I think they're preparing, though. They said, hey, we're in the top half of the field. We've got to the bottom. This is a good spot to be in. We don't have to worry about getting trapped at the top. We can react. Like, if they see the 5 and 85 go, they say, you know what? Let's jump in with them. Let's make sure we work all together, because then we have 5 trucks going in. And I think that's what you expect to see as well with the 16 truck. He probably react to them. And I'm seeing more and more trucks now, Matt. They're starting to all try to hunt to the bottom here. I think we're starting to see that window, and actually also look, they're catching 3 trucks up ahead. The 09, the 41, the 14, and right now they're not really in the same track position. This is going to get a little chaotic here, unfortunately, because leaders don't know where to go, because you got 2 in the bottom, 1 on the top. And yeah, Vicente's going to drop to the apron, which is going to make pit stop probably not happen for sure now, because Vince said, you know what, I'm just going to get out of the way. I'm going to hit pit road even. And so Vince decided just to bail completely. And again, I mean, that's that risk, and that's just sometimes some miscommunication too. So that's probably inaudible. Some said, hey, let's pit this time. And it's like, wait, no, we're catching traffic in a really bad spot here. Let's go one more just to be safe. So, but yeah, right now, though, what is happening, though, is there's indecisions really starting to spread these guys out. The 41 is trying to get in front of Jim. Now he is able to clear the 51. But I say with that, though, you can see they lost a couple of tenths. They're not going to lose the draft, but it's in the pit window time, Matt. You want to be as close to the front as humanly possible. You want to be in the lead, like in the top 3, top 4 or so. And now here they go, though. Just like we talked about, it is going to be the 3 Roswell trucks coming in together. Ryan's going to get the first. Oh, yeah, and actually they got the 04 truck there with them. I think that is. So we'll see. Maybe he can tag on with them. But again, these guys all have to get in and out right on cue with each other here. No mistakes to be able to come out together and get really good drafting, because they're also going to be very aggressive on that pit out. So now we'll see, does that bring anybody else in? Because they came in pretty much right we said, Matt, 15 to go. So probably not a lot of leeway for green, white, checkered on the fuel side of things here.
I'm looking at how they're coming out pit road now. That's very organized, except for the 04.
Pretty good, yeah. So
That's
yeah, they
really
lost
good.
the 04. But yeah, you're right. The 6, the 40, and the 51, they're all nicely together. They'll catch each other as they build up speed out of
we see a
turn 2.
response?
Oh, we do. We got trouble.
Oh, we got a huge wreck.
Caution is out. Some trucks got to pit road. Oh my goodness, I see one coming up across the track. I think that was, oh my goodness. Huge wreck there, and still trucks involved. And Matt, this actually is going to bode very well for those that had just pitted, because they're going to all cycle right to the front. But yeah, that looked like some drivers wanting to pit, and then maybe some indecisions on pitting. Holy cow, let's go back here, because there's a lot that was happening right there. So we're going to jump right to the front to see who was and was not pitting. I don't think the 5, yeah, so Kevin Freeze is coming in and coming, so that brings the boot knockers in together. Oh, and right there, actually, you see where it kicked off there. The 54, he got into the back of the 998 on pit entry, and I think that's just, again, these guys maybe just a little bit not just, we'll have to try to get a better angle to see. So there's the 998. He's starting to cut underneath there. And I think the 54 is kind of just, he's following the 998, just drafting with him. Maybe isn't aware that he was going to pit. And then from there, though, catches the 32, catches the 81. Dean Wilkinson. Oh, my God. Look at Seth Groover. He's going to have a blow over here right in front of Dean. Dean's going to actually drive up and under, and we'll have to take a look there as well. And then these guys here, I mean, they're just along for the ride. You see Mike Remkes, he just drives right past the pit lane there on the outside of it. And then these guys just, oh my goodness. You can see the 54, like that truck's lifting up. So like all the brakes he's doing is doing nothing here. He slides right up across and saying just even more contact to the 81, and a huge hit here for the 41 truck of Jeremy Osborne. That truck is pretty much written off as well. So, and then the trucks that made it to pit road, these 4 here, they can't. I mean, they can pit, but they're going to get a pit penalty for it, unfortunately. So, and then these guys here, the 5 and the 85, they get through clean. However, at that point there's nothing they can do. They have to obviously wait for the pace car, Dean Wilkinson. So yeah. So now, Matt, I want to go back, because we got to watch this from Dean's point of view, because this and at speed, because this is going to be very interesting to watch here. So let's watch this at speed. And that's just how quick that happens. There's no reaction he can do. Truck, honestly, oh my goodness, I saw that at speed, that 41 going back to the outside wall. That was a monster hit too. So we'll jump back live. There's going to be a lot of written off trucks after this one, Matt, fast repairs or not. But yeah, so I mean, strategy-wise, though, that short pit stop by these 3 trucks here, the 6, the 48, and the 51, I mean, they're good to go to the end of the field. The 04 as well. Actually, I'm sorry, I got to mention Ambrose Kniebel. He is also good to go now to the end on fuel. And then we mentioned the 5 and the 85. They pitted under yellow, so they're also obviously as well. And the problem is the ones that got caught out there are these guys here, like Kevin Freeze, Eric Laurie, Duke Conrad, because I believe they're going to basically get a penalty, which was entering the closed pits, which should just be an end along this line. So it shouldn't be the worst of penalties, but just unfortunate that they don't have the chance to kind of try to take advantage of that track position. So But what we do see, though, is these guys are already thinking ahead. All right, we got the caution. We know we're good to go on field to the scheduled distance, Matt. But the way this race has gone tonight, you might want to have a little extra in your tank here.
I think we need to send this to iRacing, see how many blowovers we should be having. Just like 1980, 89, 86, 87. It just baffles me. Just the way these trucks have been.
Yeah, this new build's got the new build has got trucks flipping.
It's out of control. Yeah, come on, guys.
So we do have some strategy though, Matt, as well. You see a couple trucks here staying out to get that wave around. The 09 is one of them, and I think the other one was, I thought there was one more, if I don't see him now. So, however, though, I'm looking at timing and scoring. We've got a lot of hurt trucks now that aren't in this lead pack anymore. You see the 4117 still showing on pit road. The 998 has retired. The 79 still sitting on pit road. The 14, the 54, the 32. I think we might be at about...
Yeah, our point leader is out, too.
Yeah, no, that's a hard one for Corey. But again, though, there is a drop week, so this probably will be his worst race so far. So this will turn into his drop week. Looking at Seth Groover's truck, I'm thinking that's a fast pair for Seth, so he's going to, I think, still be okay. Patrick's truck, he's down and away now. But you see right there, this the 41 truck, that whole front clip is gone. Looks like Mike Rimka's still pretty rough as well. So what we've got, though, Matt, is we're going to restart this thing with 11 to go. We've got 3 teammates, 1, 2, 3 here. So they're going to want to try to find a way to get organized. We know the 5 and the 85, they're pretty close together. We'll expect to see them working together. We did see the 04 hit pit road with the 3 Roswell drivers, so I'm curious to see if maybe he tries to work with them if he gets the opportunity here tonight. Dean Wilkinson, like I said, I feel like he's maybe a bit of a wild card. And actually, I'm going to do a quick spy here, because I want to say actually he may be working with... Yes, he is. So watch for Dean and Tom Dixon, the 411 truck. Watch those two attempt to work together. They are sharing a Discord. And then again, with my spying, I can tell you as well that the 16 truck Nate Warren, he is also with the Boot Knockers. So that gives them 4 trucks. So the 16, the 071, the 25, and the 8 will be working together. But up front, Bud Steele, Matt, he's got control of this one. And again, he's got to decide here, do they go right on the green? Do they maybe try to go a little off sequence to try to get themselves in line with each other? Or say, you know what, let's control both lanes here, give ourselves the best chance here, and then if someone wants to try to win, they got to try to take that 3rd lane. But we got at least 11 more laps to try to figure it out. And there you go, Ryan's going to clear straight to the bottom. So they got the 3 trucks on the inside lane, and immediately reaction there from the 04 and the 5 said, all right, let's get up top here. We're going to push that 04. And then we'll figure it out from there between ourselves. It looks like the 04 is clear, easily clear. 85 as well, but the 5 is not clear yet. And you know they want him to clear so they could drop down, but it's going to be the 5 that cuts down instead. 85 couldn't go with them, though. So unfortunately right now, they get separated for the time being, but right now, Rick's got just a nose ahead here in front of Adam Kilday. But again, now Adam, that truck's going to start to get hot pretty soon, because he's been locked on that 04 truck here for almost a full lap now. So again, you can only push for so long before that thing's going to start to overheat. I'm watching that 3rd lane's going to probably start to peak. Oh, we got trouble. The 5 and the 48 down to the inside wall. They both make hard contact with the wall, both off the racing surface for the moment. So it looks like it could stay green. And right now it is indeed staying green. So, heartbreaker for these two. I say, one more time. We'll go back. We'll try to take a look at this one here. And you already see the contact. Let's back it up a little further. And I see Rick jumping top. And
he went to the pits.
Oh, yeah, just a little bit of contact between he and the 04. Just they weren't quite squared with each other there when the 04 got into the 5. And then Ryan Decker's just wrong place, wrong time. And both these guys, again, just big shots to the inside wall. Both trucks probably having to take a tow. If not, I mean, you can see the whole front clip gone from that truck. So we'll jump back live once more here. So now we've got, let's say, it's like I said, it's a full moon race, it feels like right now, as we go now 3 wide here, 3, almost 4 trucks deep. Kevin Freeze, like I said, I think the watch said it's time to go, and he's going to start to get aggressive. And so now the 85's working with the 6, the 51. The middle lane's got the 04, the 55, the 411. The Groover brothers trying to decide what lane they want to go. And the 09 there, I think, was worried about the contact there. He dropped to the apron there for a moment. And, man, that 86 is pushing the 85 for all he's worth right here. And we're 9 to go, coming to 8 to go, Matt. But, big pushes, big moves being made. These guys are just getting aggressive here.
Yeah, you know the drill. 9 to go, 8 to go. These drivers are not going to hold back and do what it takes to get a win.
Yeah, and that's something that I feel like we've definitely seen a lot more of this season is trying to jump to where the momentum is. And I'm not going to say blocking, because it's definitely not a block. They see the run coming from the middle lane, and so they say, let's jump to the middle lane. I mean, right there, look at how quick the 04 is. Oh, he jumps to, big hit there, the 04, the 25. Oh, my goodness, Dean Wilkinson, the 17s. Oh, my goodness, the 04 is still flipping around. And that was we still got trucks further up here involved. The 8, the 32. Oh, my goodness. Number of trucks involved. A few are already having to take a tow. Some are going to try to limp it back. Caution back out. Let's take another look, because I think what we saw there, Matt, was, I think, just the momentum shift. Again, I think the 04 saw a big shift in momentum. He had a chance to get to the outside, and I may have just been a little bit of mistiming. So watch the 04. He's going to jump top here, and he had just clips the right rear of the 25. That catches the 16, and then at that point, they're just, again, everybody's just going to be going along for the ride there. And you can see Dean, Seth there. They get hooked together. Again, I think this time Patrick Groover drives under these trucks. As the 04 flips over, it seemed like he flipped over a couple of guys there as well. And there's the contact from Dean. Frank Ranger Jr. again, just no luck here. He gets caught up in that one still somehow as well. And yeah, it's been a wild one here tonight, to put it lightly. And unfortunately, some more incidents for these guys. So one more time, what you got?
If you would go to the onboard of Brandon Briggs through that wreck. That was a ride. That was a close call moment. That's for like one of those, you squeeze your butt cheeks together.
So this time we're going to hop on the roof, and we'll do a slow motion so you can see just everything that's going on. You can see the flipping in front of him. You got Dean flipping in front of him. You got both the Groover brothers going around. And, oh my goodness, yeah, you're right. The seas just part for him here, and he just sneaks right on through. You see 37, great job following through as well there. And then even after you clear, you still have to be careful. You can see they did a good job of not contacting each other. The 09, I think, looks like he's going to peek through. Yeah, he just sneaks by as well there. So some great avoidance by those guys. But my goodness, so yeah, it's been a tricky one tonight. So caution's back out. There goes the 5 truck though, Matt, back onto the lead lap here, if I'm not mistaken, for Rick. I'll wait for the timing and scoring to update on my side, but he just got the wave round out of all of that. So still chance to salvage still a decent result for him with all the craziness that's gone on here. So we'll do, again, caution's back out. I don't think we'll see much strategy here. So we got another chance. We didn't have a chance to do a side-by-side, so that means we get to show off a wonderful Caitlin Decker Sensi commercial here one more time. So we'll be right back here. Stay right here. We'll be back at the finish.
At Sensi, we love fragrance, how it makes us feel, how it connects us to our deepest memories, how sharing those memories connects us with each other.
And as it turns out, there's a lot of people who feel the same way and share Sensi's core values of simplicity, authenticity, and generosity. Our beautiful campus in Meridian, Idaho welcomes employees, consultants, and the community year-round.
That's why we've grown from selling just warmers and wax to selling a complete line of products, so you can fill your life with fragrance no matter where your day takes you.
Whether it's fun partnerships with beloved brands, innovative, high-performing cleaning products, laundry care that smells as good as it works, or personal care products to create your signature scent, Sensi products are made to share.
Maybe that's why our culture has always felt like family. We call it Sensi Spirit. It's a feeling of love, acceptance, generosity, and community that we share freely with everyone we meet. And we welcome you to experience it yourself. Like it? Buy the product. Love it? Host a get-together with your friends. Want more? Start your own Scentsy business. You can earn amazing trips around the world and rewards. You can work your business whenever and wherever you want, giving you more time for the things and people that matter most. Ask your Scentsy consultant for more info.
All right, we are back. Lights off of the pace car. And yeah, Matt, we have, as crazy as this sounds, I think we have, I believe, well, actually, I'm waiting for everything to update, but I was about to say 9 trucks on lead lap. We have a couple that were doing some lengthy repairs and trying to get back up there. I think we have 11 trucks on lead lap here. Oh my goodness. Say Seth Groofer missing the front and rear clips off his number 32 truck, but he's still going to try to kind of pull this one off. Again, I mean, right now he gains a spot. He gets a top 10 finish with that modified of a truck. So, oh man, this has been a wild one here tonight. We've got a lot of trucks that are either trapped a lap down, in the pits, retired. It's been an eventful one. So what we do have, though, is we got Eric Laurie now going to be the control truck. We got Adam Kilday next to him. You still got the 2 Roswell teammates there on the second row. The 411 Tom Dixon, he's got a couple rows to get to Dean Wilkinson. The 48 Ryan Decker, kind of similar situation. Here comes Oldfield here trying to get caught back up, get back in the right positions as well. So, and then again, I mean, look at some of these trucks that are getting lined up in front of trucks that have missing body panels. Seth's trying to get in here too. God. Oh man, I was saying, and Dean's gonna see the whole back missing and say, "What am I behind right now?" So. We're going to restart this thing, Matt. 4 to go. We're still, again, haven't gotten to the green light checkered window. Hopefully we don't get to it, but like I said, it's been a wild one here tonight. But Eric Laurie is going to lead the field back to the restart. 4 to go at the line as they grab a gear, get back to building up speed, and we'll see again. Yeah, and there goes Dean immediately. Says, I don't think I want to be behind that 32 truck. He's going to jump top. 32 is going to try to jump to the bottom here as everybody's going to now try to find their dancing partners here for the potential closing laps.
Yeah, I'm looking at some most of these trucks. Oh my god, it just looks like oh my god, I can't believe they're still driving good. I'm watching the 32 truck. He's just dropping back right now.
Yeah, he did all he could. He would need a pusher and then some to have any chance, it looks like. But right now, though, like I said, everybody's trying to find their partners and their friends to try to get lined up here. Like I said, Jim Brooks, Bud Steele, they are still continue to be separated there. A little bit of side-by-side motion. Look at Dean Wilkinson. He's up to the third lane, but nobody went with him yet.
I am looking straight in the back. Look at the 25 and the Jim 5.
Brooks. Oh, Jim Brooks jumped up top there. Brandon Briggs had to jump way up top, not to wreck there. So a little bit of a miscommunication, just a mistake there, and unfortunately Brandon paying the price for that one. And so now the second group second lane's got to reorganize here. Watch for Bud Steele. He's going to probably peak top here if he can. Oh, we got the contact in the back there.
We got a wreck.
Yep, caution is out. Dude, Conrad around if he can keep it off the inside wall. That's not too bad. Ooh. I think he's going to be okay. That's just a light little touch there. I think he's going to get away with that one. Caution back out. I want to say the 54 may have had a piece, but we'll go back here. We'll take a look and see what exactly went on here. We'll focus once more here. Put the attention, if I can get to actually jump back. There we go. All right, let's focus on the 8 truck of Dude Conrad. Get a better angle of this one. And so you got Dude here right behind Jim Brooks. You got Patrick Groover to his inside. Ryan Decker actually tucks in right behind him. And so you can see, we'll try to get a better look here. We'll speed up one more time here. And is this just a little bit of off-centered push maybe? Oh, no, actually the 54 drifts up a little bit into the 8. And it's what we've seen a lot of now, Matt. They try to catch it, and unfortunately it just puts him right back up into him, and yeah, just nowhere for Dude to go. Ryan Decker is going to get that's still a decent shot. I think he'll be able to get away with that one. And then, look at the 5 truck. You talk about these guys in their close calls. The 5 had a really close call there as well. So really, again, could have been a lot worse than it wound up being here. And we'll do one more onboard shot. This time we're going to do the 5 truck of Rick Sanchez. We'll hop on board with him here just to show again. And this will kind of give a good view of the smoke that we're talking about seeing here, of just how little you can see when that smoke kicks off in front of you. Actually, he was so close I didn't even have a chance to see the smoke. But yeah, just same thing. Just luckily the seats kind of parted for him. He was able to sneak on by there, grab a gear, get back going again. You see, dude, he's caught back up to the field. And honestly, this is a good break for the 32 truck now, because maybe they can find some more body parts to put back onto that 32 truck of Seth Groover, because like I mentioned, right now he's missing a lot of them. There's the front missing, there's the rear missing. Yeah, that truck needs a lot of love here. So we'll jump back up front to Eric Laurie. There's the 09. He's going to get back, I believe, onto the lead lap, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he is. And so it's going to leave, actually, and I need to mention, actually, Ryan Decker was actually trapped a lap down, along with Kevin Freeze and Dean Wilkinson. So those guys were actually fighting for the lucky dog between the 3 of them. So there's, again, that race within the race. So what this does do, though, Matt, is this will put us officially in our first attempt of a green-white checkered finish. So these guys are going to have to get after it here a little bit more. And so, again, I mean, we got great sponsors. We get to show them off a little bit more. So one more time, we're going to switch it back over to our cameras here tonight with Blash SimCam. So we'll be right back. All right, lights are off of the pace car. So again, this will be attempt number 1 of a green-white checkered finish. So again, for those that may not be familiar with it, the way it works is if they can get to the white flag, at that point it is an official race, and they just got to race back to the line and see who will win the race. If a caution comes out before they get to that start-finish line, they will rack it up and do it up to 2 more times. However, if on that third and final attempt there is a wreck before that white flag comes out, at that point they will freeze the field at the time of the yellow, and that will be the finishing results of the race. So again, this will be attempt number 1. And Matt, we also, again, we talked about these guys. They had the field to make it to lap 75. We've had a lot of cautions, so I feel like that's probably helped their fuel numbers. But if we get to all 3 of them, you kind of wonder, do some of these guys feel confident about it in that top, let's say, 6 positions? Because Bud Steele lap 60, Eric Laurie 62, Adam Kilday 62, Tom Dixon 62, Jim Brooks lap 60, Nathan Warner 37 truck lap 58. So that's a little nervous for me.
No, I wouldn't be too concerned, Gael, because those caution flags or those caution flag laps have. Don't forget, it's at least about 2 to 1 with the caution to green flag. So I think these guys have probably maybe about 3 or 4 lap buffers. So if we go to probably a second green white checker, yeah, then I'll be getting really a little bit more nervous.
And I can tell you on the body panel check is Seth Gruber found a front clip somewhere. They threw a front nose onto that 32 truck, so that's going to help him out a little bit here. We'll see if it's enough. Eric Laurie again going to lead the field back to this restart. Again, green white checkered attempt number 1. He's got Adam Kilday right behind him. Bud Steele to his outside with Tom Dixon as his pusher as they begin back through the gears here. Right now, 2 to go. Again, they got to get to that white flag before this race will be official. And so now, Matt, we talked about them being aggressive before. Now the pushing and shoving is really going to start to happen. You see already the 81. They're trying to get to the 37 again. 37's got a little bit of nose damage that he's got limping, I think, going on. Look at the fire truck. Again, he just got his lap back recently. Now he's up in the mix here. He's going to try to push the outside line because, again, he's separated from his teammate at the moment. So right now, it's just I think these guys got to push where they have the opportunity. And right now, it's pretty even between the 2 lanes.
Yeah, right now, it's really hard to talk about Tom Dixon and the 5 car because they've been really just trying to hold on there.
Oh my goodness! Well, we
They're
get to the white.
They'll get a little bit squirrely there. Now we're on the white flag. We're on the bell lap here.
Yep. So now basically this race is official. And now though too, if you're the 85, you're the 411, your trucks are getting very hot and very squirrely for the 6 of Bud Steele. But they've been pushing for so long, Matt. Are those engines going to last this whole half lap?
It's. I don't think really Tom was really on them for like the first couple of corners there, but
look at Bud Steele though. He knows he's got to stay with the push.
I would have gone down to the bottom. I would have gone down to the bottom. That's going to hurt him.
We'll have to wait and see here as they come out of 4. The 3rd lane starting to form. Rick tried to jump top. Nobody went with him. Dean Wilkinson's going to go now. But it's going to be a drag race, it looks like, between the 071 and the 6 truck. A little bit of contact, but at the line. Oh, that is almost too close to call, but I think Eric Laurie going to get it there.
Yeah.
And we're going to pull up the replay and take a closer look at it. But I believe, like you said, I think Eric Laurie going to grab it here. What a finish between the 2 of them. Let's go back here. Let's get a better shot of this one as they come to the start-finish line. I mean, these guys, again, I mean, they were as close as you could get here.
Yep. But would have had it if he had him clear, and you knew that the 411 was kind of hot pushing him.
Oh, you see right there, a little bit of side draft. Try to slow the momentum down there. Try to separate that draft. Say Bud did everything he could, so then you can see the surge here to the end. But still, you can see that tiny bit of separation. I'll try to time it just right. And yeah, there you go. Just before they hit the line there. I mean, that's just by that's in the thousandths of the seconds. Obviously, it's probably about 2 or 3 thousandths of a second. So, but you can see right there, Eric Laurie going to get the win, and then that battle for 3rd. I mean, that's really tight between Adam and Tom as well. So, what we will do, let's jump back live. Let's watch this race winner celebrate here, as he is going to do some burnouts there on the front stretch. And while we watch those celebrations, Matt, we'll pull up our final results for tonight's event, as it will be, well, I guess I got to hide Eric's name there. Otherwise, won't see who's finished where. It's going to be Eric Laurie. Yeah, there you go. 4 thousandths of a second over Bud Steele, Adam Kilday as well. And saying, there you go. That's how the pusher, I say, and that's exactly how it goes. 4 thousandths of a second over Tom Dixon. Jim Brooks brings home a top 5. And then you got Brandon Briggs there, Dude Conrad, Rick Sanchez, Patrick Groover, and Fareed Ayuso with top 10s. Nathan Warner there, 11th. Seth Groover, again, found body parts, not enough to be able to get any further up there, but still finishes on the lead lap in 12th. Vicente Guerrero fought it all night long, still able to bring it home as the first truck won down 13th. And say, unfortunately, late issues for Dean Wilkinson, Kevin Freese, Ryan Decker there, all falling outside the top 10 to 13th, 14th, 15th. Nate Warren 3 down in 17th. Frank Ranger Jr. there 10 laps down. I'll get it right eventually. And then we continue on the way there. Ambrose Knable, early retirement there in 11 down in 19th. And yeah, I mean, look at the bottom there. Just a bad night for the Blind Squirrels, unfortunately. It was going well, and then it just all came undone. With the 04-19, Corey Buskirk, our points leader, entering tonight there in 20th, Mike Rimkus, and then Jeremy Osborne. They're both 18 down, 21st and 22nd. So It was a wild one, Matt, tonight. 21 laps under yellow, 7 yellows. So I know drivers will probably not be the happiest with that. However, I say it's just, again, it was just a kind of a ramped up one time. I can't really explain. There's sometimes you get those races. So
I'm looking outside to see if a full moon's out. I really am. I'm right now.
yeah. So we'll have to check that, or just it's been too hot, so everybody's just all overheated and getting wild. But I'll say we continue to watch Eric. He's gonna run this thing out of fuel or out of motor doing burnouts here. So what we will do though is we got to jump to our interviews. We're gonna kick it off with a Mr. Adam Kilday, because again, Matt, he's been pretty relatively new to the league, but I'd say he's obviously not an issue with his driving abilities. Gotta see if I can hunt him down. There he is. He's hiding up top there. So we're gonna bring this Mr. Adam Kilday over here. And Adam, I was worried about your engine temps there, because I felt like you and Eric were pretty much, well, you, Eric, and then Tom on the outside. I thought you and the 411, I mean, how close were you felt on the temp side of things? Because, I mean, that thing had to be blinking for a little bit.
Yeah, it was a fresh green white checkered restart, so the temps were pretty low coming to the green. So I was like, it takes these things a bit, it seemed like, to get them up into the red, like a couple laps or so. So I was like, I was just told myself, my goal was to maybe push Eric as much as I could to try to open up a spot for me to move up to the second lane, but I didn't think that was going to happen. And coming to the wide, I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to be in a pushing battle with Tom Dixon, so I was just going to commit to Eric at that point. And shoot, what was it like going into turn 3? They're going into 3 and the 4. The engine spiked up to red, so it was it would have been close. I don't know, but what was it? I think when we kind of got a little out of shape, kind of opened up some fresh air to get to my front end, so that probably helped to lower the temps a bit for that final stretch. But yeah, it was a close finish for the 1 and 2 guys. At first, it took a minute for the relative to update for Eric. It was showing 2 for a bit, and I was kind of disappointed because I thought he didn't get it. But then it showed him in first. So I was like, heck yeah! So good to see Eric getting the win.
Yeah, no, and yeah, you're right. It was gonna be the kind of just who got the better pushes, and you were right on, because it was 0.004 of a second between Eric and Bud, and then 0.004 of a second between you and Tom. So, like I said, that's you guys. I mean, there's only so much of a difference you can be when both of you are locked onto that rear bumper of the truck in front of you. And obviously, we know you were working with Rick a bunch tonight, but unfortunately, I'd say he got caught up in that later incident that just kind of split you guys up a little bit. But it seemed like you the 5 and the 14, you guys were all three working really well together for that first half of the race before kind of things just came undone with just kind of how wild tonight was.
Yeah, I didn't see Vince in a Discord with anyone, so I was like, if I saw him, I'd push him or whatever the case was. I wasn't going to leave him out to dry or anything like that, but yeah, I'm surprised to even come out with the podium here. I don't know what the points situation is like for this league, if you have to have a certain amount of starts to qualify for the playoffs, but I know you guys had like 2 bye weeks in like the first 5 weeks or so of launching this season, so I guess it kind of played in my favor or whatnot. I joined on like your 4th race and wanting to see how it's going to pan out and if I qualify for the playoffs or not, but who knows? I got to look at the rule book or ask Kevin what the deal is on that part.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any requirements. I think it's just basically if you can get to the top 12 by after race number 8, and saying there is a drop week, so that'll also help you as well, because that'll kind of drop one of those races that you weren't able to make. And so, and I mean, yes, I'm looking at the stats right now for you, and yeah, I mean, you've in your 3 starts you've had the two top 5s, 3 top 10s. So I mean, you've been up front right off the get go, and So yeah, so if you can keep those numbers up, I mean, it's definitely bodes well for you to try to get into that top 12 to in those final 4 races.
Yeah, and hopefully knock a Area 51 win off the league wins. But
Yeah, there's a guy
yeah,
over here that likes first time winners for leagues.
who's that?
I don't know. Are you still in here?
He's talking about me.
Oh, Wagner. Yeah.
Well, I'm a first-time winner. Well, but not for Area 51. I mean, I won an IndyCar series, but it's my first ever any kind of league super speedway win. I mean, I tell you, man, that day was just oof.
Yeah.
I'm
Those
still
ones
hell
mean the
yeah, man.
most.
Yeah, it
So,
does. It felt really good. But when you get
heck yeah.
yours, just you wait when you get yours.
Yeah.
It
Oh
should be
boy.
anytime soon. But the way you and Rick have been working together, you guys are a really good combination together. And and when a certain somebody, but I don't want to mention any names, but you
Yeah,
guys are
it's
fantastic. You guys are fantastic. So
we run on a Monday team together in OP, so it's kind of cool developing some chemistry with the teammates over there, and
oh
yeah,
yeah,
so
don't worry, I'll be back.
heck yeah, man. Looking forward to you rejoining, dude. I'm sad that you left, but
No, I didn't actually leave. I am technically part time when you guys are out.
oh, got you. Heck yeah. Well, looking forward to you coming back, hopefully next
I
season.
will come back, trust me.
Yeah.
He can't stay away.
But you know what? Before we let you go, Adam,
Yeah.
any thanks and shout outs you would like to do?
Yeah, shout out to a teammate I was running with tonight, Rick Sanchez.
The best.
Shout out. Oh yeah, the homie. Um, Area 51. Shout out to those guys. You guys in the booth. Green White Checkered TV on YouTube. And yeah, the admins to keep the stuff rolling. And yeah, man. Congrats to Eric again on the win. Glad he got that one. Hell yeah, Eric.
All right, well, great job, Adam. I say keep that momentum going. Looking forward to see what you got for these final couple races for that playoff push. And like I say definitely got some guys rooting for you. So good luck the rest of the way, man.
Appreciate
All
it.
right,
You have a
buddy.
good one.
We'll talk to you later, man. See you.
Will do.
All right, Matt. That's us jump up to our runner up tonight. As say we're gonna pull him on in. As say again, Bud's never short of good looking paint schemes, and say 4th of July weekend, he's got a very nice looking one with that Navy F-150. But it was a push draft war to the end there. I mean, you had great help from Tom on the outside. There was that one tough decision you probably had to make between do you stay top, do you jump in front of the bottom lane and risk losing the momentum? Is that one you kind of wish you take back and do something different, or are you're pretty content with how that one went to the end? Because I mean, that and well, I'll get to the next part, but next. But I'll say yeah, take us through the dash to the finish there.
Well, first and foremost, I just want to wish Gabe and his wife and all the family there the best, and a lot of positive thoughts heading that way. But hope everything gets better for him. Yeah, no, I probably would have. I was going to stay in the middle lane because I always think the middle lane has a lot more momentum coming off the floor, coming to the line. Tom was doing a great job pushing. Adam was doing a great job pushing Eric. That was one of the cleaner green white checkers I think maybe we've had. Everything was lined up and just pushing the hell out of each other. And I know the first lap, or no, it was coming to the second lap, got a little squirrely coming off a 2, but caught it, and we kept going. And Tom did a fantastic job, and all the teammates. Jim, I think he got a 5th. Ryan was up there running when I'm not sure what happened up front, but it didn't turn out well for Ryan. But I'm glad I was able to bring this Navy Let Freedom Ring livery to a podium. That's real nice.
Yeah, really good looking truck, and then yeah. So the next part I was going to go back to was the pit strategy with you, Ryan and Jim, and I so you and Matt and I were talking. It's like, okay, they've got 3 trucks. They can work this if they can kind of execute perfectly. And you guys got in clean, you got out right together, and then the caution comes out. Is that something that you're happy to see? Is that okay? Well, we know we're going to cycle to the front, but now still have to kind of now we're gonna have to race it out with everybody again. I mean, what was the thought process with kind of with all the craziness that happened there after that pit stop?
Yeah, when we decided to come in early, take enough for a green white checker, get to the end. Yeah, everything was looking good. The yellow came out, and it was kind of mixed feelings. It was like, well, that's nice because we'll cycle to the front, but we're going to have everybody, the whole pack is going to be there. So it was kind of like, I said to him that it'd been nice to see how it would have played out if it stayed green. Because, like you said, we had 3 of us together, and we were coming out together and picking up speed, and it was going to be looking good. But it worked out the way that it did.
Yeah, no, like I said, yeah, it worked out very well, and it was obviously there's a lot going on throughout the race tonight, but like I said, you guys stuck it out, made some great moves and calls there to be in position to try to get those wins. And like I said, you were right there. You had the push, and like I said, it was just that draft battle at the end, and so yeah, it's definitely one that you can't feel too bad about because you just again 4,000. So I mean, it was a really great finish there at the end, though. So before we let you go, though, bud, as always, we always got to give you the floor. Any thanks and shout outs for the runner up here tonight.
Well, yeah, I told Eric, good job there, because we had an incident. I think the first caution was something happened between him and I, or I'm not sure who else was involved, but we were. So made a good recovery from that, and good job, Eric. Eric. Want to thank y'all at Green White Checkered. It's always great to go back and watch, and thank my beautiful wife as always, and might sit down with her here and rewatch this. Thanks to all my teammates. We tried to hang in there and stay close with each other, and it was looking like it was looking like the plan might work. So, but it ended up with good finishes regardless. So, good job, everybody.
Yeah, no, so the strategy was great, and like I said, yeah, you guys gave it your all there at the end. So no, great job tonight, bud, and yeah, definitely go enjoy this one. I'd say it was a little wild at times, but you guys put on great racing there to try to get that win at the end. So yeah, great job tonight, and I look forward to seeing you again here soon in the interview room.
Thanks, Kyle. Thanks, Matt.
Hey.
All right, Matt. We got one fella left to chat with.
Yeah.
And
Been a
that
long
is
time since
our
we talked
race
to him.
winner. We've talked to him plenty of times, just not at the top step for a little while.
Yep.
And that is going to be that John Deere machine of Mr. Eric Laurie. Eric, it was an eventful one tonight. So you had some friends, you lost your friends, and so you had a new teammate that you get to hang out with tonight in the 16. Didn't unfortunately go as well as he was hoping, I'm sure, but yeah, I would say you guys you got separate from your teammates, but then you put yourself in position to try to win that race at the end, and you were able to work with Adam really well on that bottom side and just hang on to the top spots. I mean, take us through kind of the ups and downs of the race, and then just that push to the finish. I mean, what do you do as a leading truck? Like, how do you kind of keep the race or your pusher, I should say, kind of happy behind you? Because it's obviously it's not a very easy thing to do when you've got someone just completely locked onto you for 2 laps. I mean, just take us through your night.
First of all, I didn't have a good start with that the first caution there, and wrecked a couple trucks. I feel bad about it, but it happens in racing. The rest of the night went pretty good. Not real sure on all the cautions what was going on, but I was just happy to make it through the night.
So yeah, so then the final restart, you've got the 85 lined up behind you, and so you know that he's gonna probably, if he can, work with Rick. And I mean, is there a lane preference that it's like, okay, if I have my choice, I'd rather be the bottom lane, I'd rather be the middle lane, or is this one of those like, well, I am where I am, and we'll just see how it shakes out?
Yeah, that's the way I thought it was going to be. It was kind of for sure on the first restart there at the end if anybody was going to be working with me or not, or if I was just going to get hung out. And then at the second one there, I realized that Adam was with me, and I just held it steady and straight as possible as I can.
Nice. I mean, and yeah, you did it perfectly, obviously. Of course, there's that one moment where you see Bud's just clear of you, and then is that one of those ones like, oh well, here we go, he's going to jump in front of me, and I'll have to try to make a big move? Or, I mean, what was the thoughts there when you see the potential change of like having to kind of either hold the bottom with Adam or maybe have to make a move late on Bud there?
Well, I knew he got around me, but I think as he got up and around me a little bit out, he stayed out. So I felt, well, he's going to stay there with his teammate or who's ever pushing him. I'm just hoping maybe I can get back out in front of him.
No, that's saying it worked out by 0.004 of a second. Matt and I, we were spying on you, trying to check when your last win was. I think we found it was October of 2023 at Daytona in the Xfinity cars. So say it's been a little while. You've had plenty of podiums between now and then, but obviously I'm sure one that you'll definitely enjoy for a little while. Because yeah, like I said, these things are so hard to get. So I mean, well deserved, well earned win here tonight, Eric. And before we let you go and enjoy it with Kevin and your team, man, definitely wanted to give you the floor for any thanks and shout outs for that win tonight.
Well, first of all, I just want to give a heartfelt out to Gabe and his family, but I'm going to dedicate this race to his wife. So other than that, I'm real happy on the way things went tonight. And thank you guys for doing what you do, the sponsors. I like it all. And thanks to Area 51 too.
Yeah, congrats, Eric. And yeah, definitely agree with your sentiments there. It's like I said, you guys are just a class act as a team and friends and everything like that. So that's what we love about these leagues, is you just kind of become that close knit group. So we'll let you go and enjoy this one. And yeah, great job tonight, Eric. Look forward to seeing you more here in the interview booth over the next couple of races to the playoffs.
I'll look forward to it.
All right, congrats, man.
All right, have a good night.
All right, Matt, that is our race winner in that number 071 of Eric Laurie, getting the win tonight. And yeah, I mean, he's one of those teammates of the Team Bootnaka with Gabe Butler and again Kevin Freeze. I mean, the list is so many of the talented drivers they have, and I mean, you heard from some of the guys, and that's, yeah, in the bigger picture of things, that's where we all are right now, is thinking of Gabe and his wife Jeannie, and hopefully that she recovers well and quickly from all of the, unfortunately, the COVID and pneumonia that she's dealing with. So yeah, so Gabe, Jeannie, we love you guys. Hope you guys get better soon, get you back home soon. It's no fun, and as unfortunately a lot of us have been there, Matt, but
yeah, COVID is not fun at all. Unfortunately, I didn't have it, but my parents did. It makes you worry quite a bit. But thoughts and prayers out to you guys, and hope you all pull through.
Yeah, so definitely thinking of y'all. Hope you guys get better, get you home soon. And then yeah, of course, as always, anybody say if anything's going on, like I said, we've got a great little group of drivers and friends and family. I mean, we saw in the chat with Mama Groover and Caitlin, they were chatting, seeing how family's doing and everything, and that's what I love about this group and everything. So Thank you all so much for watching, for supporting us here at Green White Checkered. Let's say we will be back on Tuesday night. The open wheel cars are back in action once more, and we're pretty much full tilt here to the end of the season. So no more off weeks. So if it's a Thursday night, a Tuesday night, or a Sunday night, there will be racing here on Green White Checkered TV. So for myself, Gal Brooks, Matt Wagner, appreciate you as always, sir. And so, yeah, so hope you all have a wonderful evening. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Have a good night.